Good afternoon. Can everyone hear me at the back, please? Okay, thank you. My name is Majumder. I go with the Joy because it helps most of the people to pronounce my name. I am from EPA Region 4, and I am Acting Energy and Climate Change Coordinator. So I think that all the time we have been hearing so heated discussions about, I took notes on few words came again and again and again. Environmental Protection Agency, energy and climate change, environmental justice, and how people can get involved, and energy efficiency, how we can make changes individually. I have 10 minutes, maybe 8 minutes more, but I will try to touch on each of those issues. First is that over the last 2.5 years, we took several actions related to energy and climate change. I have a list of those actions in my handout. I'm not going to read those, but I will talk about one specific action we are working on, which is energy under the Energy Independence and Security Act, that's called the Renewable Fuel Standards. So I'll just quickly touch on that. Why I want to touch on that, we have discussed so far that our energy demand going to go up. China, India, they want to have the same living standards we have. So as a result of that, they are going to be using a lot more energy. So one thing is for sure is price is going to go up. So before that, I want to give a quick idea that the crude oil, how much of it we have in our country, in the United States. If you look at that in my handout, the United States has only 1% of the world's crude reserve, only 1%. And we use 25% of the world's crude production. So that alone tells me really we probably have a lot of work to do on our part also in terms of energy efficiency, in terms of trying to find a good replacement for the crude oil. We want to find a domestically grown industry which potentially can replace the crude. That's not going to happen tomorrow or in 5 years, 6 years, but the important thing is we have to start working on that. And that brings up the renewable fuel standards, that is under Energy Independence and Security Act. That act provides EPA the authority to develop and implement that rules. Just a quick summary of that rules is that by 2022, we have to use 36 billion gallons of ethanol with our gasoline in our transportation sector. What it does essentially is it helps us growing a homegrown industry, and it creates a lot of jobs. Also, it reduces our dependence on foreign oil. Foreign oil, depending on that foreign oil, our economy can literally collapse any moment because we have only 1% of the reserve or 1% of the resources, and we are using 25% of the production. So that's the direct rule we are implementing, and you hear a lot of talking from the ethanol that the corn, we are producing the ethanol from the corn, and the food price will go up and all those discussions. So we looked at that, and what we did is we kept the ethanol production at around the 15 billion gallons. So we do not want any more from that because the food price is affecting. What we want those ethanol to come out from the trees, plants, grasses. So all those resources we have, especially in the southeast, we have so much wood. We can produce this ethanol from those wood. And that technology is in progress. It's not still there, but we are working on that. DOE is spending a lot of money on that research. And I wanted to quickly mention also that the biomass, Mr. Lonnie talked about the biomass, importance of the biomass. The biomass has a tremendous potential. It can provide us the energy security, it can help the economic growth, and in fact, the one University of Tennessee study indicated it can add $85 billion to our GDP. It can add $215 billion of economic activity, and I believe it's like more than 700,000 jobs. So this has a lot of benefits, and EPA is directly responsible for implementing and developing that rules. And I want to quickly touch on the public comments, why it's so important, really. Recently, we published the rules. It's called the Boiler MAC, and we got a lot of comments. Based on the comments, we changed that rules, and that is why it's so important right at this moment, this community or any community to get involved with the rulemaking process so that you can put your feedback, and we always welcome the public feedback. And there is also another program, another draft plan. It's called the Environmental Justice 2014 Implementation Plan. That's basically the roadmap to integrate environmental justice issues into our program. So if you don't get involved, we don't know what's your thoughts. I got a lot of good ideas out of these discussions, but you have to put that comments when the time is right. So I really highly encourage everyone to get involved. There's biomass, there are a lot of things to be learned. Even we don't know all these environmental benefits and implications of the biomass industry, but we do know it has a lot of potential. The biomass is the only resource which can provide three applications: biomass to energy, biomass to biochemicals, which potentially can replace the petroleum-based refineries, and the third one is the biomass to transportation fuel. So what we did is that we got a lot of comments on the biomass implications. Then instead of developing any rules, we decided that, okay, we are going to take 3 years to study this industry, and based on the real science, good science, we'll make the decisions. So this is the time to learn it and to put your comments so that we can incorporate your comments. And lastly, I will mention that every day we can use our car. We can drive it safely, we can drive properly, and that saves a lot too. One study indicated that aggressive driving uses almost 30% of the gas. Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, George.